To remove the door tumbler on a BMW E46 3 Series, usually you'll have a black cover here, but the person that I bought this from had a little fender bender right here, and this is missing. But the same idea, just that you don't have the cover. Right here you have this cap. You need to remove this. I'm going to use a pick to pry that plastic piece out, and actually I like to take this one out too, just like that. And now inside here, so I'm using a 5mm Allen. This one does have like a ball socket on the end, which does make it easier to get into. You can use a regular Allen, but you have to only turn it a little bit at a time and keep adjusting it. With a ball end, you can actually just slide it in and use this almost like a screwdriver to loosen up that 5mm screw. So you have to back that out. You can see it a lot better right there now. In some cases you do have to take it out almost all the way. Careful not to drop it inside the door panel. Alright, there's the screw. That should free up my tumbler now, which is right in there. Alright, so you're going to have the cap over here. I did remove that 5mm Allen screw from inside this cavity. It slides out this way. Sometimes you have to hook it and pull it as you back it out, because sometimes it doesn't want to actually come out. In here is where the rod goes into my door lock actuator. Most of the time, if you take a screwdriver and just insert it in here, you can actually push the tumbler out. And as you can see, there's a gasket there too. Make sure that stays. And that slides out like that. And this is the door lock tumbler. That's the rod that I talked to you about that most likely fell off. That is what engages the door lock actuator through an opening. So this is the tumbler. The key goes in here, and this is what mechanically unlocks the driver's door. If you press and hold for comfort lock and comfort open to unlock, it's actually a signal from a hall sensor inside the door latch itself that sends a signal to the general module. This is also how you would do 1 and then 2, and the other doors would open. And that's because it was an electronic signal that was sent to the general module. But this is the rod that I think is broken on your vehicle that you were telling me about. Let me show you where that goes into. Now right inside here, you'll see a little cross section, and that's what this piece goes into. So that's actually what activates the door lock. So if you had this out, you put a screwdriver in there and turned it towards lock or unlock, you should be able to mechanically lock or unlock your doors. So that's how you remove and replace a tumbler. These are coded. By coded, it means that this key is set to match the inside pieces of the lock itself to allow for locking and unlocking. If you did buy a used one of these, it might match the key it came with, but that key is not going to fit inside of your ignition switch, so you're not going to be able to use that to start the vehicle. But you could swap this out and have an extra key, one key to lock and unlock, and one key to start the vehicle. If you did purchase other keys as well, you can still program other keys to lock electronically as long as you don't have an issue with the vehicle itself, just by pressing and holding and doing the 1, 2, 3. I have a video on that as well, which is a few more steps that you need. So basically, putting this back in, slide it in. You want to make sure that rod engages. Actually, you could hear it lock and unlock for my door. And I'm going to take that Allen screw and screw that back in, and that's what's going to hold this in place. Carefully put that into the spot where it goes. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble my door lock. Pushed it out. Wasn't even going anywhere. Okay, just snug that up gently. Obviously, yours should have this cover. This cover is replaceable, so it's only held on by a couple of plastic clips that lock it down. And then reinstall this cap. Put this piece in first. And then this piece in second. Sometimes you have to tap it in, but there we go. And that would be complete removal and installation or replacement of the tumbler on a BMW E46. This is also the same procedure on 7 Series and 5 Series of the same year range. Be E38, E39, E46, some E83s, X3s, X5s, same procedure. Now the tool set I used looks just like this. You can see it has this rounded edge, which is like a ball socket on this end, and Allen's on this. This is something that I picked up at Harbor Freight. It's just a Pittsburgh tool. And if you have a Harbor Freight near you, I'm sure that they have this set, and you'll need the 5mm to perform that repair.